Hi everyone, welcome back to this channel. In this video I'll be sharing with you some of the common reasons why people fail ASCPi certification exam. The first reason of failure is anxiety and stress. There are so many people that are anxious about the exam. They think of the time they have put into the exam and the finance they have put in, so they are so worried and stressed about it, and they consider themselves as, they usually tell themselves, if I fail this exam I don't know what to do next. So one thing about anxiety and stress is, if you register for this exam and you really want to take the exam, put it in your mind that failure is something that is normal in life. So you should not kill yourself because of failure, or you should not think that maybe if you fail it is a big deal. No, just make up your mind that, okay, I want to take ASCPi certification. If I fail, I'm going to try again. And in my own case, like I always say in my videos, I didn't pass ASCPi certification exam the first time. I had a lot of challenges. So to me, I was not afraid failing the first time. I knew that even if I'm going to take the exam 100 times, I'll take it. But all I knew was that I will pass ASCPi certification exam. No matter the number of times that I will take it, but I have to pass it because I really need it. The second reason why people fail ASCPi certification exam, this one has to do with the examination itself. When you are seated for the exam, the technique of ASCPi certification exam is, most of the time you have questions that are too long, that might be when you read the questions you are already tired. By the time you begin to read the answers as well, the answers too, they are too long. You don't have enough time to reason. Just the question itself is so lengthy, the answers, they are so lengthy, you're already tired. So at the end, it affects your efficiency in selecting the correct answer. So that is one of the reasons why people fail. And because of this type of questions that are so lengthy, it affects the time you need to answer the number of questions that are being given. If you have so many of these lengthy questions, you see that even the 2 hours 30 minutes that is being given is small, and you will not have enough time to go through the questions to see if there is any mistake, if there is any answer that you did not get correctly and you want to change your answer. In my own case, I was already tired at the end of the exam, so I didn't even have time to be reading through my questions again to see if I need to change some answers and things like that. So that is the second reason why people do fail ASCPi certification. Insufficient preparation also has to do with people that are working. 90% of candidates that are taking ASCPi certification are currently employers. So they work in their 9 to 5 jobs, so most of the time they don't have time to study. They come back from work, they are already tired. So in my case, when I was taking my ASCPi certification, I was actually working, and I usually work between let's say 5 p.m. in the evening to 2 a.m. in the morning, at times 4 a.m. in the morning. This is what I usually do. If I come back from work by 2 a.m. in the morning, I try to study for 2 hours, either 1 or 2 hours. Maybe I finish by 4 a.m. and in the morning I will struggle and get up by 12. I study from 12 to 2 before I prepare for work. So no matter what you are doing, most of the time you will never have the time. You just need to manage your time, draw your reading timetable. And another thing that we need to understand is, if you have not yet scheduled your exam, you always procrastinate studying. So most of the time it is good to schedule your exam date so that it will propel you to study. The third reason why people fail is lack of concentration or lack of focus on exam content areas. There are so many books out there, so many study materials. So in my own case, The first time I was preparing for ASCPi certification exam, I bought about 7 books I was working with. So at times I'll read this topic in this book, I go to this other book, I read another topic, just like that. At times I'll even read a particular topic in this book. Maybe I'll read urinalysis in this book, and I make sure I try to read it in the 7 different books to confirm the information, to see if maybe there was a particular information that was lacking here in this book that is not in this book, and I put things together. But meanwhile I discovered that all of them, they have maybe really similar information. So I was just wasting time. The time that was supposed to finish that topic and move to another, I was busy maybe gathering information concerning a particular topic. So if you have more to read, you also have more of irrelevant information. That is why I love books like Bottom Line, that go straight to the point. It highlight just the things you need to know per topics. So that is how you are supposed to study. Make sure you gather just the materials that are relevant for ASCPi certification. Even if you are buying materials, make sure you know your strength and your weakness. It will determine the type of materials you need for your study. If you are that kind of a person that maybe it has been long you studied, you are blank when it comes to theory, and you are also blank when it comes to practical, you can get a lot of books that give details and that explain broad areas about a particular topic. But if you are that kind of a person that since you left school you constantly update yourself, there is no need reading much or going deep into so many details. Just go straight to summarized books or go straight to question and answer booklet, and you are good to go. The fourth reason why people fail ASCPi certification exam is insufficient preparation. There are so many people that by the time they are studying a particular topic, they'll just maybe study half of the topic and they just assume, I already know this thing, I already know this thing. At the end, you discover that you will be having conclusion in your heart, I already know this, I already know this. By the time you get into the examination, or you discover that you didn't know anything. So even if you know a particular topic, try to do revision on the topic. So do not assume you already know. So it is because of this reason why that is why so many people fail ASCPi certification. Study what you can study and make good use of your time. The final reason most people fail ASCPi certification exam is poor strategy, poor question answering strategy. So many people do not know how to approach questions. That is why in our preparatory class, the classes that we usually organize, a preparatory class, we don't teach we don't give study material, maybe go and study this. No, we simply teach how to answer questions, the strategies you use to answer questions. You can watch the previous video we did about the strategies to answer ASCPi certification question. So there are a lot of strategies. In that video we talk about the elimination technique, how to eliminate answers that are distraction, how to connect topics, and how to apply the knowledge you have in medical laboratory science in answering questions. So if you don't know some of these strategies, one mistake students usually do is when they read a particular question, they focus on looking at the correct answer. If you are answering multiple choice questions, the best strategy is not to look for the correct answer, look for the wrong answers, so that what will be left will be the correct answer. So if you are looking for the correct answer, you discover that you will be seeing other answers that are correct. But if you try to eliminate the wrong answer, the answer that is wrong among those answers, you discover that what will be left is the correct answer. So if you find this video helpful, please do well to subscribe to this channel. Please do well to also share this video to people that you think it might help them in their ASCPi certification exam preparation. Thank you for watching.